Down the Street Live. Meeting interesting people throughout America and beyond. They began as young lovers, ostracized by their families, penniless, and willing to risk all to be together. Let's go in and meet Javier and Jay Hopper and learn how this caring, hardworking, and talented couple persevered and built a most intriguing life despite all the challenges. Come on, let's go meet them. Hola.
Buenas tardes, Rob.
Javier.
How are you?
Jay, thank you. Javier and Jay, I find both of you so fascinating, and I know our listeners are going to want to learn more and more about you. But bring us back to the beginning, if you will. How did you meet?
Well, I had just come out of a relationship in Colombia, and I think he had too, in West Palm. And both our parents were living in Cape Coral at the time, so that's where we came. We just went to Cape Coral, and after a while, I decided to sign up for an online dating website, and that's where I saw him.
Now, Jay, everything's just so tropical here. When I look around, I mean, it's just outstanding. But all of this was created literally in what, a little more than a year or something like that.
Yes, it's gonna be 2 years, June 17th. And I have never done online dating before. And I remember the first night he came to pick me up, I wrote a letter to my dad in case something happened to me, because I was scared.
He could be a serial killer.
He could be a serial killer. And thankfully he wasn't, and here we are 9 years later, and my dad never found that note. When I came back, I just put it in the trash really quick.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so you had a plan in mind, a master plan. And so you have, we're sitting in the outdoor kitchen, but then beyond that, you've got a wonderful pool, and I guess you can call it a lanai. Okay, let's fast forward a little bit. When you got to a point where both of you are having this relationship, how did it play with your relatives?
Well, in my case, I already have a relationship before Javier, and we already went through all of that. If you agree, if you disagree. So when I met Javier, that was not really an issue. They were not all supportive, but they didn't have a big issue. It was more Javier's family, the one that had the issue.
And then you've got the big pond beyond that, and then you've got this whole area that we've been through with your ducks and goats and and what have you.
When I came back, unfortunately at that time, my mom was pretty much relentless about the fact that I shouldn't be gay. She actually thought maybe I wasn't gay anymore because I had come back from my previous relationship.
So she thought you could kind of turn it off and on like a
That's right.
switch?
That's right, yeah.
My plan began about 3 years ago when we purchased our first house. I always knew that I wanted to have a food forest because I love trees, as you guys can tell here, and I like how consistent they are. They stay in one place, but they grow over time and they keep growing. And that's the same way I put that into my relationship with Javier. Very steady.
So when she started realizing that I was dating him, she was not okay with it. She wasn't very supportive at all, and that kind of made it stronger in a way, because since we didn't have any of my family's support, I was attaching a lot more to him and seeking support that way.
Right here, what I'm trying to create is a food forest, and I'm doing it permaculture way, which means you don't use any chemicals or organic chemicals. You do everything organic fertilization, like goat waste, chicken waste, anything that you're cooking with, and you're gonna throw it in the trash, bury it on the ground. Any dead animal that you may have, make a hole and put it in the ground. So that way the trees grow extremely fast and everything is organic.
you were penniless though at this point, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you had no job.
No job, no car.
Prospects for a job.
Nope.
And I think you told me a little bit about the story. You had a bed, you had 2 plates, 2 cups, some silverware, and maybe a couple of chairs, and that was it.
That was it.
That
was it. Yeah. When we started living together, we also had no car. We only had he had a scooter, and that was it. And so, the first week we went grocery shopping, the closest thing to us was like an Asian supermarket. So we had, I think, $10 in our pocket.
So my dad used to hustle a lot in Cuba. I remember growing up, we used to travel a lot because he was selling gasoline. And I think he used to steal it from something and then sell it for more money in Havana, the big city. And then one time I remember going to jail and to see him because he had this underground beer factory that he made from scratch himself.
And we said, you know what, we gotta buy ramen noodles. That's the cheapest thing to buy, right?
Yeah.
So we get there and all the ramen, it was like a whole wall, but it was all in Chinese, I suppose, in Mandarin.
Oh.
And we didn't know what to pick, so we decided to say, okay, you know what, let's just go with this one.
And at the time he was cheating on my mom, and my mom found out, and the other girl in revenge, because my dad went and told her, you know, that's it, it's over, I'm gonna go back to my wife. The girl that my dad was cheating on snitched to the government, and I remember they came to the factory and took everything and put him in jail.
Ooh.
So that's bad karma right there.
Turns out we picked the spiciest ramen noodles you could buy.
Yep. And we were in the floor with our mouth open and the fan and
Yeah, we're like, oh my gosh, this is some spicy ramen noodle.
but we have to eat it because
Yeah.
that's all we had back then.
How did he get out of jail?
I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure money. We had money, so you pay the police people there, and then that's it. It's not like here. You just pay them. They want money.
Said, look, I think I can apply for an airport job. I've worked there before. I know what it's like. And they had an opening as a part-time for a barista at the Starbucks at the airport. So I called up and I said, look, I'd like to apply. And they said, sure, come on over. And believe it or not, he took me in the scooter to get interviewed for the job.
Yeah.
I was in the back of the scooter with my one suit on.
I could picture it going down the road now.
That's right,
Yeah.
that's right.
And all the
God.
cars in the back peeping because we're going so slow.
Yeah.
So I like to create this space for our kids, for our family. My family was broken, so this house actually have bring my family together. That's why I created so many areas where they're just sharing things and not even knowing that they're bonding, because the sound of the water makes you relax. So I did everything like that to soften things up and create peace, and that's what I
In
wanted.
harmony with nature. I love it.
Yes.
Absolutely love it. So you got your first paying job.
I got my
You got
job
money in your pocket.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were able to save up. We saved $800 the first month. And
That's a lot. You saved $800.
yeah,
Wow.
we're very organized from the get-go. And our
That's
first
the
goal,
is probably the word. That'd be very true.
right?
Yeah.
You had to be.
Yeah.
The first goal was we need to save up at least enough to buy a car, a used car,
Yeah.
but a car, because we can't be going to work on a scooter every day
No.
forever.
And it was a long way. It was like 45 minutes to an hour.
Yep, yep.
Oh
So
my God.
The idea of this wall was an accident because I like to have my orchids outdoor in trees naturally, and I put all these orchids outdoor, and I started noticing that whenever they were ready to bloom, the squirrels will come and completely tear it apart. So I was like getting tired of that. So I look at this wall and I'm like, this wall was like this when we moved to the house, and it had this here. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be perfect for orchids, and that's how it became.
one of the managers that I was very close friends with started to manage her own 3 restaurants at the airport, and she asked me to come over and work for her as a lead supervisor,
Wow.
which meant a little more money, but it also meant that I could get him a job.
Yeah.
All right. So at the end of the week, collectively, you guys are bringing home what?
Well, I'd say
Not
probably what, $400 a week.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Not terrible.
Because I know you're frugal. How much did you save of that?
Well, first saved for the car, enough for the
Yeah.
car,
Yeah.
and then our next goal after that was to buy some furniture.
Yeah, yeah. So we didn't have enough money to buy new furniture, so we went on Craigslist and used used
Yeah,
furniture.
well, sure, why not?
Yeah.
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 So we saved enough to do that, to buy a couch.
So we can sit down.
We
and-
saved enough to buy a dining room set and a bedroom set, and so we did that, and our 1-bedroom apartment was starting to look
More like a
decent.
home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're making good money, and you guys were saving, and you were able to get some furniture, and your 1-bedroom apartment was looking fairly decent.
That's
Yes.
right. Yeah.
So, what was in your mind at that point? What was the next thing that you wanted to attain? So, this is your outdoor kitchen.
This is my outdoor kitchen. We didn't make it; it came with the house.
Do you
And
cook out here often?
whenever, like on the weekends, I barbecue.
On the weekend?
Yeah, I like to do corn on the barbecue and vegan burgers. Well, for me back then, even though it doesn't seem like we had anything, I was feeling very much happy because I was living my truth, knowing that there's a lot of people out there that don't get to do that. So it didn't matter how much I had, I was living extremely happy. And in my mind, it was just work hard and build a family, and hopefully one day we have something like this today.
Well, that's what I love about you guys. I mean, you really have, well, first of all, the work ethic. There's no question about that.
Right.
And the fact that you are sort of one for all for one, if I can say it that way.
Right.
Where you really have a common mind, common dreams, and look behind us. I mean, you've built this incredible place here.
Thank you.
And in a relatively short period of time. I know, Jay, you hail from Cuba, and Javier, you hail from Colombia, and now you're in the United States, and you're sort of living the American dream, if you will. My father came from Germany, my mother came from Belgium, and they wanted to live the American dream. That's what America is all about. It's a melting pot, right? So how has America been for you guys up to this point?
This country gives you the opportunity to succeed. It gives you the opportunity to, move ahead, and it's rough. It's a different culture. It's a different environment. But overall, if you stay focused, you're able to move ahead, and that's what I was able to do here. Yeah.
So America provides the opportunity, but it's up to the individual whether they want to reach out and
100%.
grab the opportunity.
That's correct.
100%.
That's correct. Yeah.
Well, I think you guys are amazing, and I want to talk a little bit about what you're doing now. I know you're in the hearing aid business. How did that come about?
I was a manager at a Goodwill, at a retail store, and I had met someone who was doing what I was doing, what I'm doing now. And they needed an office manager because I have a background in supervision and management. And so they asked me, hey, would you like to come and manage the office? And eventually we will sponsor your studies so that you can become a hearing aid specialist. Sure enough, I liked it. I loved it.
It's always been said is that, the happiest man is one who goes to work and enjoys what he's doing.
Absolutely.
And your childhood in Cuba really was all about the earth, if you will, and giving back. You have your own channel on YouTube right now.
Yes.
What's it called?
My channel on YouTube is called the Hopper Farmily and Garden.
And what is it all about?
It's all about teaching people how to grow their own vegetables and fruits, and in an organic way, using banana peels or orange peel, pets waste, and I'm educating people how to eat healthier.
And how long has this been around?
It's just, I started about a month and a half,
So it's brand new.
so it's brand new.
Wow.
So you should follow me.
And how often do you post?
I post every Tuesday and Friday.
Tuesday and Friday.
Yes. So you boil the skin of the banana, and then the water would take all those nutrients. Then you put that into a spray container, like a Windex bottle or anything you would like to use, and you spray them. That's organic fertilization for them.
But you have a bunch of duties. I mean, Javier is making the money, and you're home basically managing the farm, okay, and then the animals. You have your own YouTube channel, I've heard you're a fabulous cook.
Yes.
And so you
Right?
I think we can attest from looking at Javier. It's a full-time job.
Yeah,
you're
it
running
is.
around and taking care of all these animals. Feeding them and so on and so forth. Keeping the dogs at bay and
Come on, don't fight.
keeping the goats at bay, and
Romeo, come on.
and then you have a big pond with koi fish in it.
Yes, I love
so
my
you're
koi.
feeding them. Of course, you have this beautiful landscape behind it. It's extraordinary here. I mean,
Thank
it really
you.
is. Something exciting happened today on the farm. What happened?
So today, as you guys were coming in, I had an unexpected delivery from my goat, Juliet.
Look at this, guys, how cute. Daddy, Romeo, and Juliet. And we still don't know if it's a boy or a girl. Look at this, how cute. She's looking at, what the heck?
Vaya para allá. Go back. Go back, Paris.
She's still not walking fully, but she's getting there.
And you guys witnessed a newborn, and it was so exciting. And you got a little taste of how busy I get here.
Yeah.
Hey, Romeo, you are daddy now. This is your first baby. You are daddy. He's like, yeah, right. I'm just ready to do it all over again. You're daddy. You see how sweet he is? He is so sweet. Look at this. Oh.
And by the way, they name every one of their animals.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Every one.
After all, it's the Hopper Farmily.
Farmily.
There you go.
They're part of
And
us.
that's a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Come over here and sit down next to your friend. So who do we have here?
This is my nephew, Jander.
Oh, how are you?
Say hi, Jaden.
A little shy?
He's a little bit shy.
A little bit.
He comes to visit us every weekend.
Does
Yeah.
he? Okay.
Yeah.
So do you like the farm here? You like the animals? And the koi fish?
Answer her,
I think
Jander.
he does.
Jaden, do you like the animals? Yeah?
Yeah.
What's
you
your
like-
favorite?
Do you like the pool? You do like the pool.
Okay, well,
Real
let's
sweet.
run along. I just wanted to
Bye, Jaden.
folks say hello to you. Okay, well, what we just witnessed here, which I love, is sort of an impromptu of your nephew just showing up, and it's got a lot to do with who you guys are in your hearts and what you want to do. I mean, you guys, I'm gonna let you tell us, but you guys want to have a family.
That's right.
So, talk to us about it.
When we were living in that one-bedroom apartment, soon after we decided to have a cat and a dog. And eventually the cat, we
Hate the dog.
right? No, the cat got pregnant
Ah.
because we never could afford to get her operated on.
Oh, so she wouldn't space
So
it
she
or-
escaped. No, she wasn't spaced. She escaped and she became pregnant. She came back and gave birth, and we had a one-bedroom apartment full of kittens, a cat, and a Yorkie, a little dog. And we decided at that point, you know what, we need a bigger place. Always in our minds, we knew that eventually our goal was that we were going to expand and have a family and be able to raise our own children. And we needed to have a good future for them. And we needed to work hard so that eventually when we were able to do it, we could provide the best life we could provide for them.
Let's dig a little deeper into that subject, because I find it everything fascinating about you guys. I just think you're terrific. Well, how are you going to do that?
Now that we are in a very good place emotionally, family-wise, financially, thank goodness, we decided that we're going to have our own children.
Yeah.
We found an agency actually in Colombia, believe it or not.
In Colombia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is we're going to do surrogacy. And we're going to do 2 babies.
One, have 2 babies?
That's
Two
right.
babies at the same time.
At the same time. So
wait a minute. You're gonna wait a minute. Okay, you're gonna have 2 surrogate mothers.
Yes.
And each is going to be, I guess, impregnated with your semen, right?
Simultaneously.
Right. And then they're both going to give birth to 2 children.
Hopefully 2 children. It could be more.
It could be more.
well, you
Right.
never know. When you're doing IVF, there's a possibility that it becomes a twin pregnancy. So we could end up with
So
4.
you have 4 children
Yes.
We
yes.
could end up with 4 or more.
Yeah.
or more.
Or more.
I mean, you never know. It could be triplets, but
Oh my
It's
God.
very high, the chances.
yeah.
Keep working.
Right? I
Number
can't
1.
stop. I'm going to put them to work. So yeah, how it works is we pick a donor who's going to give us pretty much the eggs, and that donor is anonymous. We don't know who she is, but we know what she looks like, what kind of educational level she has, what kind of personality she has, what her goals in life are. And once we choose the donor, we each, we donate our sperm. He does his, I do mine. And they take that, pretty much that life, the beginning of a life, and then we choose 2 women to carry those babies for us.
This is all going to happen in Colombia.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you've gone through the psychological tests
Yes.
and so forth.
Yeah.
Right?
And we already did that. We were evaluated psychologically. They did a lot of blood work. We were able to do our part in the process. So it's ready to happen. We're probably going to choose the surrogate mothers sometime in May, and soon after that, it's when the pregnancy will begin.
Now, would you do it again? Because I know you want more children. How many children would you like to
This
have?
is something that we a little disagree a little bit, and maybe after 3 kids, I changed my mind. Probably that's what people say. I want about 4 to 5 kids, maybe even more.
And I want to retire at 40,
And
but
Javier's wants 3.
No, you're not going to retire. I can tell you right now, you're not
I
going to
know.
retire.
I
Javier
know.
wants about 3 kids.
Well,
Right.
you do have a little bit of Disney World here. I mean, there's no
That's what
question
I like.
about it.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
I can see these little rascals running around there like crazy, just having a good time. Well, I think more the merrier from my point of view, and I think it's fantastic. And so this is very, very exciting. And how's your family reacting to all this?
My family is very happy because we have waited a while,
Right.
especially for a Latino family. We marry and then you have kids right away, and we've been together for 9 years, and they're like, when are the kids coming?
Yeah.
So
Right.
my family is very excited.
What's happening here?
That's
What's
right.
happening
That's right.
here? I'm like,
Yeah.
well, we've been trying.
Yeah, and we have the support from both our families. I mean, my mom, which I told you at the beginning, was very much apprehensive about homosexuality. She's now very supportive of me and Jay and us as a family. So my family has made a 180 change, and they're very happy about us having children. Yeah.
So you guys have come sort of full circle, if you will,
Definitely.
from a point where you were essentially ostracized from your family.
Mhm.
You were penniless.
Mhm.
You had no future,
Mhm.
and now this. It's just a wonderful building process. And ladies and gentlemen, this is why I love these guys so much, and why I think it's an important story for all of us to be aware of. And I think we need to come back and visit you guys periodically, because I can't wait to see these little rascals running around.
There may be an entry fee next time you come.
We have to pay, get money somehow.
Well, thank you so much, guys. It's just been so much fun, and I wish you all the best. And I know you're just going to make great parents.
Thank you. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you so much.
Down the Street Live. Meeting creative people throughout America and beyond.